So this next step is the part that I wanted to break down in tears and cry on because it's pretty difficult. It's not a walk in the park. Now, there's a bunch of different types of things you could have at this point on your top side and on this layer here, and it just looks crazy right now, but I promise we'll get through it. So, let's go to our first case right here. Now, we're not caring what's right here. All we're going to try to do is get all of our edges on the top. So, since this is the yellow side up here, because yellow is in the center, we need this to be yellow, we need this to be yellow, this to be yellow, and this to be yellow. Now, right now, they do not need to be matched up correctly with their centerpiece. So it does not need to be matched up like this. It can be like this, doesn't matter. Now, so what you're going to do is you're going to look for yellow edges that you already have. And sometimes you won't have any, sometimes you'll have some. It just depends. So, in this certain case, we have our little L shape. If you hold it like that. But we're not going to hold it like that. So, you have your little L shape up top with your yellow edges that match up with the yellow center here. So if you have that little L shape, you're going to hold it so that it's on the top and that it encloses, so there's a corner in here, in this little L shape. This corner, this piece right here, can be any color just as long as it encloses in here. And we're going to do this following algorithm. Small f, which is both F faces, so this F face and then this one too. So small f, R, U, R prime, U prime, small f prime. And that matched up the rest of our edges. So, obviously as you can see it did not match up this with the center, but that doesn't matter right now. Now let's go over a different case. Let's go over this case here. Now here we don't have a little L shape. So, instead we have a line. Now what we're going to do in the case of a line here is we're going to hold it so that our line is horizontal like this, so not like that. Your line does not want to go from you to wherever it's pointing. You want it to go from your left hand to your right hand, so just horizontal like this, pretty simple. And you're going to do the algorithm F. Basically, you're going to hold it so that the line does not get messed up when you make your first turn, which is an F turn. So if it were like this, F, your line would get messed up. That's just how I remember which way to do it. So hold it like this, so it's horizontal, and go F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. As you can see, we have our cross. All our yellow edges are matched up. These aren't, but it does not matter if they are. And we are cooking. Now there is one last case where you don't have any yellow edges. So you just have your yellow center up here. If that's the case, all you have to do is one of the algorithms we learned before. Doesn't matter where, you could do it right here, you could do it right here, you could do it right here, doesn't matter. So we're going to use the one that just starts with F, not small f. So we're going to do F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. And that gives us our little L. Remember, we're going to make it so that it encloses our corner right here, and that is in the bottom right. So it's in the top here, the corner that it encloses is in the top right here. We're going to go small f, R, U, R prime, U prime, small f prime, and that matches up our edges. Now there's a few different cases of what you could have at the top at this point. One of them is this little, I like to call it a fish shape, looks kind of like a fish because you got your tail here in your head, you don't need to call it that, you can call it whatever you want. One of them is this fish, which is the shape that we need. That's the shape that we want for our next step. So we want to only have one yellow corner. Now since this one has two yellow corners already solved on the yellow side, that's not what we want, and we're going to need an algorithm to fix it. Now the algorithm is pretty simple. If you have this shape, there are other shapes, and I'll go over those in a minute. If you have a shape like this, it's kind of like a T with a really big fat top, then you're going to turn it until you see a yellow piece in this top left corner, so right here. So not like this, where it's up here top, right here. So you need a yellow piece right, well, a yellow right here. So no, no, yes, right there. We're going to go R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. And that gives us our little fish shape. So let's move on to another case. Now let's say you had something like this where you have two corners but they're not making a T like this. They're making a double fish, let's say. So we're going to do the same thing as we did with the T. We're just going to rotate it until we find yellow in this corner right there. In this top left, so right here. So no, no, yes. So we go R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. And that gives us our fish. Let's go over one last case. Now say when you got your edges, you don't have any yellow corners in the right spot. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look for something we cubers call headlights. We cubers, that's a great term. We're going to look for something we call headlights. And that's basically, some people call it a sandwich formation, doesn't matter what you call it. We have headlights right here because we have yellow, yellow, and in the middle is something different. So this is not headlights because these two are not the same color. So this is headlights because we have blue, blue, and in the middle is something different. So we have blue, blue, and in the middle is something different. So we have headlights here. These ones don't matter. We're looking for headlights that have yellow. So these do. This has yellow over here, but not over here, so it's not headlights, so it doesn't matter. This one does, so what we're going to do is we're going to put that in the front, and we're going to rotate, we're going to go U. We're going to do a U-turn. That's not part of an algorithm, we're just doing a U, so it's over here. Then we're going to go R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. And that gives us our fish. Now once you've got your fish shape, what you're going to do is pretty simple. You're just going to put it so that his nose is pointing to this corner here, where we were looking for our yellow piece earlier. So it's the top left corner, so right there. We're going to go R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. And that solves it. Now say you had something like this. Now this is going to be a little different because there's no yellow right here. Before we had yellow right here. When we had our fish, we had a yellow right there. That means that when we do the algorithm, the yellow side will be done. R prime. That means that'll be done. But since this case doesn't have yellow right here, it doesn't matter right now. All we're going to do for right now is do the algorithm with his nose pointed to the top left corner, so his nose is right here. We're going to go R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. Now, we still have our fish, but when we rotate it so that his nose is right here, we do have yellow here. So we'll just do that algorithm one more time. R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. And we have our yellow side, and all we're left with is this last layer here. There are a few different cases of what you could have once you've got the yellow solved. Now, one of the cases is where you will not have any headlights at this point, which we don't. This is red, this is orange, so that's not headlights. Blue, green, that's not headlights. Orange, red, that's not, so it doesn't matter. So we don't have any headlights here on the top. So we don't need to worry about that right now. We'll go back to that in a sec. This one, we do have headlights right here, orange and orange, and in the middle is a green. So what we're going to do is we're going to match that up. We might as well match it up with where it goes, which is right here, because that's orange matches up with the orange with the orange. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that in the back. We're going to put our headlights in the back. And we're going to do the algorithm R prime, F, R prime, B2, R, F prime, R prime, B2, R2. And as you can see, that gives us the rest of the corners, the rest of our headlights in place, and all we need to do is solve these edges. Now with this one, since you don't have any headlights, we're going to do the algorithm we did before, but in any random place, it doesn't matter. So R prime, F, R prime, B2, R, F prime, R prime, B2, R2. And as you can see, that gave us headlights right here. So I'll match that up with the blue. Put that in the back. We'll do the algorithm again. R prime, F, R prime, B2, R, F prime, R prime, B2, R2. And as you can see, that gave us the rest of our headlights. So we're just going to go and match those up. So if you get to a point, obviously, where your yellow is solved, and these are already solved, then you don't need to worry about this step at all. Now there's a couple different things that could happen with your cube at this point. One of the cases is that you'll have headlights on 3 sides and a solved line here, a solved edge on one of the sides. So if that were like this, we'd just match it up with the red so that everything's matched up except for these edges, which we need to swap. Another case could be something like this, where you have headlights on every side and you don't have any sides completely solved. So we're going to go over the completely solved one first. So what you're going to do is you're going to put the completely solved side in the back, and you're going to do the following algorithm. That was weird. R, U prime, R, U, R, U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R2. And we're going to need to do that one more time, because what that does is it swaps the edges in a formation like this. So it puts this one over here, this one over here, this one over here. So this one's going to go right here, this one's going to go right here, this one's going to go right here. So we just need to do that algorithm one more time, because then the orange will come over to the orange and will be solved. So R, and again, our solved edges in the back, R, U prime, R, U, R, U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R2. And just like that, your cube is solved, unless you had something like this. Which, in that case, if you do not have a solved side at all, you just do that algorithm without a solved side. So R, U prime, R, U, R, U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R2. Since we didn't have a solid side before, now we do. So you could have done that algorithm in any position and it would have worked out fine. Any position as long as your yellow's still on the top, your white's still on the bottom, like it always is. So we're going to do that algorithm one more time. Now since we remember that this is going to come over here, this one over here, this one over here, when this one comes over here, the cube will be solved because green is going to come over to green, red's going to go over to red, and orange is going to go over to orange. So if we had something like this, where this is going to come over here, this one's going to come over here, and this one's going to come over here, then when orange comes over here, it's not going to match up with the green, obviously, because orange is not the same as green. So orange is going to come over here. So what we need to do is we need to do our algorithm, R, U prime, R, U, R, U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R2. And that brought them all over this way, brought them in their path that they follow. So this one's now going to come over here if we do that algorithm one more time. R, U prime, R, U, R, U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R2. And by Jove, I think you've solved it. So, let me know if this video helped in the comments below, and please subscribe for more videos. I will, if I get enough suggestions, I could go over how to solve this 4x4, this 5x5, and possibly the 2x2 if people want it. And if we're feeling a little crazy, maybe the 3x4x5 here. So, thank you for watching, and have a great day. Now before we go, I'm going to walk you through one last solve just really quick. So just make sure we got everything. So how we're going to start, we're going to look at our white side, which is white in the middle. We're going to see if it already has edges, which it does. One of them is already paired up with the green. Yay! The other one, however, is not paired up with the red. So we're going to move the red to our bottom layer that we can move around. We're going to match it up with our red center and bring it right on up, and we're good. Next, we're going to come over to another one, which could be this one. It's in the right spot. Since it goes right here, we just need to do our algorithm. R prime U, F prime U prime. Now, we have our last one right here. It's already where it goes. It's already paired up with its center. We're just going to bring it right on top to the white. It's backwards. R prime U, F prime U prime, and that puts it perfect. Okay, we're going to go look for corners now. We have one white corner right here. Not just any corner, a white corner. A corner has white on it. bring it directly above where it goes, which is right here. And since white is on the top, we're going to go R2, sorry, RU2, R prime, U prime, RU, R prime. I'll put that right on in. We already have our corner matched up right here. We're good. Another one goes right here, so it's already above where it goes. Since it's on the top, white's on the top, RU2, R prime, U prime, RU, R prime. That's where it goes. Now, our last corner is right here. It's where it goes, but it's not oriented correctly. So we need to replace it with this corner. So we're just going to go RU, R prime, and replace it with that one. And we have this one up top here. Since white's on the top, RU2, R prime, U prime, RU, R prime. Okay, now we're going to go onto our edges, our middle edges here. So let's go over to this one. Because it does not have yellow, we're looking for edges that do not have yellow like this one. Since we're going to match it up with our blue, it's going to go away from us. It's going to go over here. We go R, U, R, U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R prime. That put it right there. Let's look for another one. We have orange, blue. So let's match that up. It does not match up. Even though it's blue, blue does not touch the blue. So we're going to match it up with our orange. Since it needs to go over here, it needs to go away from us if we hold it on our right. So we're going to go R, U, R, U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R prime. I'll put that right there. So let's find another one. Green, red. So we're going to match it up. Does not go right here because that does not match up. Instead it goes right here. Now it's going to come toward us. So we go R prime, U prime, R prime, U prime, R prime, U, R, U, R. Now probably right here. Great. And we have our last one. It's where it goes, but it's oriented wrong. So let's just replace it with this one. Since this one needs to come toward us, R prime, U prime, R prime, U prime, R prime, U, R, U, R. So we replaced it with that one. So let's just match this one up. Since it needs to go away, it needs to go over here. R, U, R, U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R prime. I put that right there. Now, we've gotten to a case that we're very lucky with, where we already have our white corners. Let's pretend we had something more like this, since I don't want a case so easy. So we have our little L shape. Since this one's kind of hard to understand, let's just go over it one more time. So we have our little L. Our L encloses one corner. It encloses this corner right here. So we're going to put that corner in the top right. So it goes right there. We're going to go small f. Again, that's both f layers. Small f, R, U, R prime, U prime, small f prime. And that gave us our two corners. Now at this point we could just have one corner, which is what we're looking for, our little fish. Since we have two, remember what we need to do. We need to look for where yellow is in the top left right here. Yes, right there. Now we're going to do the algorithm R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. And that gave us our little fish. So we put let's call it a her. We put her nose in the top left, so right here, so it's put in like this. Now as you can see, there's not yellow right here, so we're going to need to do the algorithm twice, but we go R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. Let's put his nose where it goes again. Now we have yellow here. Let's do that one more time. R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. And we have our yellow solved. Now, here's one little case I didn't go over. It's simple. This is still headlights, even though this is orange. So even though this is already solved, doesn't mean we need to have headlights on any other side. Doesn't matter. This is headlights no matter what's in the middle. So it could be the same, it could be different than what color the headlights are. So this is headlights. So we're going to put our headlights in the back. Go R prime, F, R prime, B2, R, F prime, R prime, B2, R2. Now, as I stated before, I would suggest you write down these algorithms just to be able to remember them better and not watch the video over and over and over. Moving on. We're going to match up what we have. We have headlights on every side, so we do not have a completed side, so it doesn't matter where we do this algorithm. We go R, U prime, R, U, R, U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R2. Doing that algorithm gave us a solved side. Put that on the back. And we're going to do the algorithm again. R, U prime, R, U, R, U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R2. That didn't quite solve. We need to do it one more time so that the edges will rotate one last time. R, U prime, R, U, R, U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R2, and we're done.
Feeling my way through the darkness,